Please stand as you are able and join me in an attitude of prayer. God of mercy and grace, you are good to us. You have been good to us this year. You are always with us. Your presence is here in this place today as we gather to celebrate the student accomplishments for this past school year, and in particular to honor our 2023 graduates. May their hard work over the last few years be an offering to you and to our world. May they share their knowledge and utilize their gifts to bring healing, wholeness, and joy to those that cross their paths. We are thankful for their presence in our Southwestern family. We are thankful for this community of builders. Bless the work of our hands here as we press on in our mission of education. We pray all these things in your holy name. Amen. Thank you.
Good afternoon. It is my joy to welcome you to the 2023 Honors Convocation. This event is a formal tradition of the college, and it is all about celebrating the great work and leadership of our students in this academic year. And believe it or not, students, this event marks the beginning of the 2023 commencement activities. Are you ready? That's a yes? Can I hear that one more time? Okay. Yes, in case you wondered, graduation is only a couple of short and fast weeks away. Students, faculty, staff, you're almost there. May 7th will be here before we all know it. And I certainly don't want to panic you, but in the mad rush to the end of the academic year, I want to remind all of us to stop and enjoy as many of these moments as we can. There was so much to do and to get done that this time between convocation and graduation can feel so short and hurried. Students, some of the best memories of your lives may very likely be made in the next 17 days. So please take time to be present with your friends and your faculty, have meaningful conversations, sit on the 77 steps and watch the sunset, come see your president down the hall. Take a moment to really listen to the hum of voices and friendship in the caf during lunch. Notice the purple irises blooming by the library and at the top of the 77. Laugh a little more freely at your professor's corny jokes, Kurt in particular. In other words, please be present. Now, I am an academic after all, so please do not take that to mean that you should not find time to study and prepare for your finals. Obviously do that too. Soak in all that valuable content. Learn, grow. Make the most of every opportunity to learn, not just in the next few weeks, but forever. Today, we acknowledge and celebrate the tradition of learning. We acknowledge our most important commitment as an institution, our call to academic curiosity and to scholarship, our call to learning and growth. At Honors Convocation, we get to formally recognize the many accomplishments of our students, of our true builders, who have worked very hard and are deserving of recognition and affirmation. You make us proud. I invite you to note the names of students who have earned top grade point averages listed in the honor roll in your program. It is during this ceremony that we also take a moment to celebrate students for academic curiosity and achievements, such as presenting papers, participating in internships, and completing academic research, as well as the many other ways students have demonstrated their dedication to scholarship, in so doing have modeled the mission of Southwestern College. To all of you, the students, we honor you today. Congratulations. I am so very proud of you, and so are your faculty, your staff, your coaches, your alumni. Your college is proud of you. Thank you for your work and your commitment to scholarship. It is my joy and honor to share this moment with you and honor you. Faculty and staff, Thank you for all you have done, for all the ways you have gone above and beyond. Thank you for being mentors and role models. Thank you for caring for your students in ways that inspire me. Thank you for supporting and cheering and occasionally nudging our students along. Thank you for recognizing the potential in every student. I am grateful for the ways you help them discover and dream. Thank you for your dedication to teaching. Please know that this work on this hill changes lives. Students, someday when you look back, it will be the relationship you built on this campus, not just with your friends, but with your faculty and staff, and you will fondly remember and appreciate that. You'll remember the ways that they challenged you, the feedback they offered, that maybe you were ready to hear and maybe not. Personal growth is hard. More than anything, you'll remember the ways they cared for you. It sometimes takes time to fully understand what mentors do for us in our formative years, but someday you'll think back to something funny that Kurt said, or a tough question that Cheryl asked you, or a compliment that Allison shared with you, or a conversation you had with Pat while dissecting a cadaver, because that's what you would do. You'll probably remember Alice's challenges to be more aware of the world around us. Or you might remember the way a Coach Hans helped you through a tough time, or Coach Griff's reminders that greatness is earned and built brick by brick, or Coach OB's challenges to be the best version of yourself. I don't doubt that you'll all remember Miss Kathy's care for you. And there are countless others, faculty, staff, coaches who are loving you daily, who want the very best for you, who are here for you on your best and your worst days, helping you learn, pushing you to keep going. Together, it is that group of people who is here to celebrate you and your accomplishments today. Parents and friends who are here today or will watch this video and probably share it once it's posted, congratulations. These achievements are a reflection of your love and support. The pride you feel is merited, and it is also a feeling that is well earned. You've invested in your children and helped them in countless ways, so please also soak in these moments along with them. Thank you for trusting us here at Southwestern College to help your student learn and grow. We'll continue to do all we can to support and help them in the future. Again, builders, it is our joy to honor you today and in the coming weeks. I am so very proud of you. I am grateful to you, and I'm always here for you. So now, let's begin, shall we, the 2023 Honors Convocation, and I invite to the podium Vice President for Academic Affairs and Dean of the College, Ross Peterson-Veatch.
Good afternoon. Could we get a little bit of house lights up, just a little bit, so we can see each other? Excellent. All right. Good afternoon to all of you, to some board members we have, to faculty, to students, to staff, to the Builder family. I am privileged to present to you the students who have distinguished themselves with special honors today. You may have noticed there are two students in distinctive robes who led in our graduation candidates today. Those two serve as our junior marshals. They have distinguished themselves as our top full-time students with junior status, having the highest cumulative grade point average of all juniors in main campus programs. So, we're going to ask them to stand up and just like stand there awkwardly while we applaud them. That's Samuel Miles over here and Federico Poi. All right, the students listed in your program as members of the Dean's Honor Roll start on page 2. Those are students who have at least one semester grade point average of 3.7 or higher, earning 12 credit hours or more. So we're going to do the same with them. If your name is on that list, we want you to stand up so we can clap for you. Come on. There it is. Excellent. Excellent, excellent. Our Phi Theta Kappa scholars have distinguished themselves as earning and maintaining a cumulative GPA of 3.2 or higher for their entire college career. They are listed on this page here. Let's see. There's somewhere in here. That's not good. That's not good. No, they're here on the first page. First page, page 1. If you are one of them, please stand up. There it is. All right. Additionally, you will see in the program, part of what we do here is list a whole lot of names so you can take this with you any year you show up in here as a memento of your time here. So you'll see campus student leadership and honor society participants in pages 3, 4, 5, etc., in this program. Now, Mound Builders, we work hard. We are resilient, we are tenacious. Students we honor here today demonstrate strong commitment to their academic careers, their organizations, and their activities, and because of their efforts, they distinguish themselves, and you will note that evidence in this program that lists everybody whose student leadership serves the college community and their academic areas with excellence. If you are listed in this program in any place, I want you to stand up so we can applaud you now. Come on. Even if you stood up before, stand up again. All right. And now it is my great joy to invite the SC singers forward to perform Sing My Child.
Sing for the hope in a new day dawning. All around is beauty bright. Wake in the morning and sing, my child. Sing, my child. Sing for the promise in each new morning. Sing for the hope in a new day dawning. All around is beauty bright. Wake in the morning and sing, my child. Sing, my child. Sing, my child. Oh, 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 sing, my child. Sing, my Sleep in the night and peace, my child. 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 But when troubles come and worry is all that can be found, gather your strength and hear your voice. Sing, my child. Dance, my child. Love, my child. Peace, my child. Peace, my child. Oh, peace, my child.
Outstanding. Could we just thank them one more time? So I'm going to introduce our speaker today. And we are so honored to have a member of our faculty, Dr. Pat Ross, to offer remarks today. Dr. Ross holds a biological sciences doctorate degree from the University of California at Santa Barbara and has worked as a member of the faculty at Southwestern in the Division of Natural Sciences and Mathematics since 1997. He earned administrative experience serving as chair of the division from 2004 till 2018. Additionally, Dr. Ross was a scientist in residence at Wichita's Exploration Place in 2014. Dr. Ross has earned 2 notable awards at Southwestern College: the Charles and Verda Kupke Distinguished Teaching Award in 2006 and the Fosnock Outstanding Teaching Award in 2013. Prior, though, to coming to Southwestern College from Truman State University, he was also honored there with the E.M. Violet Outstanding Advisor Award. All very well deserved. We are fortunate that Dr. Ross is our new honors program chair and is currently working to fill his inaugural cohort. Additionally, Pat, as most of us know him by and we are more comfortable calling him, has 2 brilliant, practically grown children who both live in Lawrence. His wife, Julie, who is simply lovely, is a physical therapist at William Newton Hospital. Many of us on campus and in town are also grieving the loss of Pat's dog, Kirby, who just passed away last week. We're grateful for the time we had with him and for the Ross family's willingness to share him with all of us. In addition to being a dad and a professor, Pat is also known for being a gamer. A board gamer, that is. Are you familiar with that? Yeah? Okay. I think his reputation definitely precedes him. He likes to play, and play will be a central exploration for the honors program cohort next year. All of this is to say, if you want to know what is the next hot board game, Pat's the person to ask. I haven't yet got a chance to play a board game with Pat, but I'm looking forward to that, and you know that I'm super competitive. Okay. His skill as a teacher, his curiosity, his creativity, his commitment to and care for students and to his colleagues and for our college are all worth celebrating. I want to share my gratitude with Pat for his leadership on campus and for the ways in which he works each day to make the lives of our students better and to make Southwestern College stronger. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Pat Ross to the podium.
All right, let's get the tough part over with first. Before I begin, I want to thank everyone for all your sympathy about the recent death of my wonderful dog, Kirby. It's clear from your heartfelt messages that he was loved by this college as much as he loved being a part of it. My wife Julie and I are still getting used to a world without him. But the outpouring of compassion from the campus shows us that even with Kirby's departure, the love that he poured into the universe remains. I miss him a lot. But being with all of you every day helps more than you can ever know. Now, as much as I would like to spend the rest of the afternoon crying in public, I actually have prepared a speech for today about academic-y stuff, so let's do that instead. But first, I need to check with my boss. Liz, I just want to make sure that no matter what comes out of my mouth in the next couple of minutes, I'm still the chair of the honors program. Contract signed, legal? Okay. With that settled, let me share with you my first experience with a college honors program by telling you about my freshman year at the University of Wisconsin. I was a fairly bright kid from the suburbs of Chicago, just a couple of suburbs away from Don Plez. I took a bunch of honors classes, AP classes in high school. I had a decent GPA and pretty good ACT scores. I wasn't valedictorian, but I knew him. I was a classic overachieving nerd. So given my academic record, it seemed only natural to sign up for the university's honors program. For my first college honors course, I enrolled in, wait for it, Western Civilization 1, Political, Economic, and Social Thought. Sounds awesome, right? Now, maybe you guys are going, but Liz over here is going, ooh, that's my jam, because she was a political science major. Well, Liz, I'm sorry. Get ready to be disappointed. Turns out political science is not my jam. Now, before I continue this tale of academic misfortune, let me explain to you the concept of vicarious learning, for those of you who weren't in my leadership class with Cheryl this year. Vicarious learning is the term used to describe how we can learn from observing and hearing about the misadventures of other people. Vicarious learning allows us to experience the painful and expensive mistakes of others without having to pay the cost in time, energy, money, and embarrassment. So this afternoon, as I share my ill-fated start in higher education, I invite you to engage in vicarious learning and to become wiser from my missteps. So back to my freshman year. My chances of success in Western Civilization 1, Political, Economic, and Social Thought, ran into a couple of obstacles, none of which were my fault. First, the bookstore ran out of copies of the primary textbook. The professor told us that more copies were on order and they would arrive later in the semester. And luckily, he had a couple of extra copies he would put in the library on reserve. Unluckily, I never seemed to find the time to visit the library to read them. Second, the class was taught in the early afternoon, just after lunch. Prime nap time. Like most college students, I took advantage of the abundant carb-heavy items available for lunch, so my brain was always ready for a food coma just in time for my Western Civilization lecture. Third, the professor delivered each and every lecture in a low, monotone voice. Whether the subject was Plato, Thomas Aquinas, or Machiavelli, he droned on the same way every time. His low-energy lecture style, combined with an extra helping of French fries in my stomach, was a lethal nap-inducing combination. I'm embarrassed to say that I don't think I ever stayed completely awake for any of his lectures. Finally, the class consisted of only 3 graded assignments: the midterm exam, a research paper, and a final exam. Your entire grade, 3 pieces of work. I don't remember much about the midterm exam. It was a long time ago, but I can't imagine I did a very good job. However, I do remember the research paper. Well, it might be better to say I clearly remember not doing the research paper. I wish I could give you a good reason for why I did not write the research paper, but I really don't think there was one. I just completely blew it off. Most likely it was due to a terminal case of procrastination, putting it off one day, and then the next day, and then the next day, until the due date came and went. Obviously, I was in a bit of trouble with this class. Now, if you had been my buddy at the time, my roommate, what would you have been your advice? Go see the professor, right? Ask for some help. Nope, not me. I was either too proud or too clueless, probably a little bit of both, and somehow I convinced myself that I was going to pass the class all on my own. I'd never failed a course before. How could it possibly happen to me? Now, I know a lot of you can already see the end that is coming, and it is not going to be good. But there are a couple more twists along the way. So let's flash forward to the end of the semester. It's early December in Wisconsin. As winter begins to take hold of the campus, I've finally gotten a copy of the textbook. I don't think I'd cracked it yet, but I had a copy sitting in my dorm room. And it was now time to take the course seriously. Now, perhaps it was 16 weeks too late, but better late than never. So to prepare us for the final exam, the professor gave out a list of all the possible essay questions. So I set up camp in the dormitory common study room and began outlining potential answers to each question. My books and meager notes were spread all over one of the tables. I began reading chapters that I should have read back in September. I spent the afternoon with Plato and Aristotle. By midnight, I was wrestling with St. Augustine and Thomas Aquinas. I was surprised to find out that much of the course content was actually pretty interesting. Too bad I waited until the end of the semester to find this out. As dawn began to shine through the windows of the dorm, I finished up with Machiavelli's The Prince.